traffic congestion. Nothing unfamiliar in New York City, but now it could get worse with more delivery vehicles and bicycles distributing e-commerce parcels. Not only do they pack the sidewalks, but they block off roads too.
I've done some calculations that suggest that a year ago, when the e-commerce delivery sector was a little smaller than it is now because it's burgeoning, that every day residents of the city were losing about $1 million worth of time, let alone air pollution and traffic danger and noise, but just time to e-commerce delivery vehicles.
Charles Komanoff is a transport economist and has been studying congestion in New York City for years. He tells me that there are many hidden costs to this traffic congestion. One of them being that about $20 billion of time is lost in traffic jams and delays. He suggests e-commerce delivery vehicles pay an additional tax to park in high traffic zones.
We don't want e-commerce to disappear. We want to rationalize it. We want to make it follow incentives, economic incentives, to make it less inefficient and less of a drag on the economy and quality of life in the city.
According to the latest data, 2.4 million boxes are being delivered per day in New York City, up from 1.5 million in 2018. This year, big retailers have already started their sales to try and catch the bargain-hunting consumers. And however good the idea, it's still a long way off from implementation. And with the shopping season this year starting earlier than before, the streets might get even more crowded. But while the retailers want you to shop, some economists believe you should tighten your belt. Inflation is hovering at a rate not seen in 40 years, leaving consumers with less buying power.
This is easy to say, it may be harder to execute, but being careful on how the spending happens and thinking, are there lesser cost ways of doing what I want to do?
Meanwhile, U.S. consumer confidence fell in October to a 3-month low as widespread inflation continues to weigh on consumers. White says there are signs consumers are adapting their buying patterns to adjust to high prices. Many families are focused on filling their shopping baskets with just essentials and what they can afford. Jody, CGTN, New York.